In this video, we're going to cover what you are expected to do so that you know what your outcome is that you need to perform to show mastery. So, because we are dealing with student agency and there are so many possible things that you could do to start and improve here, what we're going to be doing is trying to focus on 4 areas. So the first is establishing learning needs. The second is measuring behaviors, and this would be hopefully student-centered. Empowering student voice and choice are the third. And then tracking data, reflection, and goal setting and tracking is the fourth. So it depends on where you are with your kids and how it's going to fit into the rest of your year. So the way this works is this. You might not be even at emerging. To be at emerging for establishing learning needs, you would have had to tell the students what you think they need to do to be able to learn. You can ask the students to sign it in agreement, which is like having a social contract that you write and they sign. And then you can post the signed document in a visible area. So if you've never done a social contract or a code of cooperation, then you might not be at emerging and you would just let me know, and then you would actually try to do that with your kids so that you reach emerging. If you're already at emerging and you want to move to developing, then these are the things that you need to focus on. I can engage and include students in the process of setting a shared vision, code of cooperation, social contract, whatever it is you want to call it, doesn't matter. I can include both behavioral and environmental needs. I can provide 100% student voice by using power voting to identify the most important items on the list. If you've already done this because your school has already begun some of those things, then you might be moving along to proficient. I can engage and include students in the process of setting a shared vision, so that's the same as developing. I can include both behavioral and environmental, that's also the same as developing. I can provide 100% student voice by using power voting, that's also in developing. So proficient means that you have to do all of developing and you refer to the needs list regularly and ask students to reflect on whether they are keeping their word. Now, let's just say that you are on the proficient level. You can choose to move to advanced, which really has the students in the driver's seat. The students are running the code of cooperation creation by themselves. The students are reserving their own time. They're setting their own schedule to reflect. So advanced is almost like nirvana, right? So if you're already at proficient, then I would recommend that you select a different category to work in. So you can choose to measure their behaviors, and with this, proficient would be together students and I can create a progression chart for all items in the social contract or classroom vision code. So you really wouldn't be able to do measuring behaviors if you haven't done establishing learning needs, right? But as you can see, it's okay if you say, Eileen, I'm not even at emerging. I don't do these things. That's okay. Let's start doing them. So that would be your goal. The next section is empower student voice and choice. So if you are not asking for student feedback at the end of each unit, you could start doing that now. You can also have one Socratic style discussion per quarter with sentence stem support and provide one choice menu per unit. So these are 3 things that you would have to do if you're not already doing them. The last section is tracking data, reflecting, and goal setting. So on this one, you would be required to track student progress on the wall. So this can go along really well with software programs like Achieve 3000 or USA Test Prep or different pieces of software that break down the standards and allow you to see mastery. So you can have a mastery chart on the wall. You can also reserve time for students to reflect on their progress. So this is up to you. If you're not reserving time, then remember you're going to end up with a New Year's resolution. And then you can create an SOP or flow chart for students for when they get